Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I bet you we can't afford houses here.
You're right.
Well, we probably could. If we didn't want to have anything else.
Blue rocks, and there's Blue Nose way in the distance. Hi, hi, hi. It's Mrs. Stitches. This is Flosstube Mrs. Stitches. This is Sheila. This is episode number 20. And I am outside once again. This is one of my gardens. I have lots of gardens. Maybe I can show you in the background, change up the background. This one I call West Wing because it is facing the west side. And today I woke up to a lovely foggy day and thought, great, I wanted to film outside with the fog. And I thought, awesome, I'm going to film today. I wanted to film anyways because I was due. And then now I had to get my daily stitch done first, Felix. And then I came outside, got all set up, and the fog is lifting. But I can actually still see a little bit of fog sneaking in over from the Bay of Fundy. So sometimes it lifts and then it settles back in. So fingers crossed that in the next little while it'll settle back in again. If it does, I might take a little video and add that in of the fog. So we do get lots of fog. So episode 20, I'll put that right here. Yeah, see? Okay, so what have I been up to? It is today's date. It is July 15th, 2022. And it has been a bit of a busy time. So from July 1st to July 7th, I was involved in a Facebook group called Extreme Cross Stitching Challenge, something like that. And they had a summer challenge. It was a teen challenge, and so people signed up and then they randomly picked the teams, and you had to stitch on something with the summer at the beach was the theme. So something that fitted a beach theme. They were pretty lenient. If you could justify it, they would allow it. And so be as creative. They even got to the point where, you know, bathing suits come in all different colors, so picking a color would work. I purposely did a new start. I came across, now everybody has seen this, and not everybody's done it, but a lot of people have done it. I came across Dark Queen of the Sea, a little late to the party, but I still got there. So I decided, I was watching somebody's mid-year whip parade and saw Dark Queen of the Sea. That was a Lara, and decided, oh, I gotta have that. And so I bought the pattern, found some fabric and doing a complete stash dive and doing Dark Queen of the Sea. So I did it as a new start for summer at the beach. So let me show you what I got. We'll start off with the new start. Very proud of her. So I think I ended up getting got a total of 7,000, just under 7,000 stitches done in the 7 days. I was working on 3 different projects. Dark Queen of the Sea got the most stitches. I think she got, I want to say around 4,000 or 5,000, but this is what I've done. So I have done my own conversion on the hair. You can see I love what I've chosen for the hair, and I think she's really pretty. I've done some of my own colors. I changed one of the skin tone colors because it blended in too much with my fabric. Originally Dark Queen of the Sea was done on a darker fabric and I went with a lighter one. I started off as center start with the fish here and then started working my way up. Looking at the pattern, I'm probably about a third done, I think, I want to guess, but I will pick her up again on the in 1 week's time during the 24-hour cross stitch when I plan to do 58 hours of stitching. That's my rivet around the clock, where I'm going to stitch 111 stitches every hour, take a break, and then start again on the next hour. So that's my plan for the 24-hour cross stitching. So this is Dark Queen of the Sea, and I think she's gorgeous. So she's my pretty lady. Everyone's got pretty ladies they work on. This is my pretty lady. But this is done on a 28 count. That's about all I know of it. 28 count. And I'm doing 2/2. Yay. So very, very pleased with her. I am so happy with the colors I chose. I don't know if you can see the hair color there. It's kind of like a greeny brown olive. And so our dog's name is Olive, and so that I felt was kind of for Olive's sake. And then it's got darker browns down here. And then this is actually gray. I'm doing gray in it. So that's actually stitched and it's gray. Because so that's my dark queen. See, I'm gonna have to come up with a name for her. Haven't thought of that yet. This is probably not going to be a very long video, but I'll try to talk a bit. Let's see. Let's show this one next. I haven't shown this in a long time. This is my temperature tree. And I have one viewer who went out and bought temperature tree, and she said she hadn't actually cross-stitched in a long time and decided to get temperature tree. So this is my temperature tree. My fabric is quite large, and I will be doing something for next year around it. But yeah, this is my temperature tree. I was caught up as of last weekend. So what I do is I record all the temperatures and then I stitch them. Try to do it once a week. Sometimes I've done it every 2 weeks. But I have them all recorded. I go in Canada, we have Environment Canada, and I can historically get all the high temperatures for each day. And then I write them in a book, and then I open up the app of Pattern Keeper and figure out in the range where the leaves are for a given temperature, and I kind of work my way around unless it goes too far out and just tick them off in my book as I go. So that's the style I did. But you can see where this was January, February, March, April, May, June, and this is the start of July up here. And so you can see how it's getting warmer. So that's my temperature tree. I think somebody's walking by, but maybe not. Maybe it was just a bird. Okay. So anybody doing temperature tree, I also took all the colors and wrote on the color the temperature range. Probably would be handy also if I had a little key with the temperature ranges, because I sometimes don't know, like I'll have the 18.3 and I'm not sure if that's like 17 to 18 or 18 to 20 or 18 to 19, what range it is. So that's my temperature tree. I'm going to sneeze on camera in a minute, so be prepared. So in the summer at the beach, I worked on 3 projects. The other one I worked on was Murder Row. And so my justification is this actually was taken. This is old piers, like the posts of a pier. And it looks like a sunset, but it's actually sunrise. Sorry for the noise. Oh, it's gonna be loud. So this is an old pier at sunrise, and the crow is sitting there. So this is at a beach, so that pretty much fits it. So I've been working on this. I finished off. Had to get all this area done, and now I'm back up to my next column. It's about 30 stitches across. The whole page is always 70 stitches across, I think. So I'll do 30 and I'll go down, and then I'll go up and do 40, or I've done 35 and I'll go up and do 35, something to that effect. So I think I have 2 pages left to the left. So I like to work in columns. So that's Murder Row. It's coming along nicely. I was trying to do 100 hours in 100 days with this project and listen to audiobooks. And so the first audiobook I got, that's our ferry. So it drops the ramp and makes that crashing sound. And it probably just arrived. No, it's loading right now. So it will then be heading out, so it won't be so noisy. If it had just been unloading, we'd have a bunch of ferry traffic. So this would be okay. So I'm listening to audiobook based on from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World. She did book reviews, and I know she loves the whole series of Outlander, which I'm sure everybody's watched. Again, I'm always late to the party. So from the library, I got that as an audiobook. It's obviously pretty long because the books are obviously big books. So 33 hours, and I only got 21 days to listen to it, which should seem reasonable, but I'm doing other stitching too. So I was trying to do solely, when I listen to it, stitch on this and try to keep track of my 100 hours based on listening to audiobooks, and then get some other audiobooks and just add up the time of the audiobooks, and then I can listen to books I wanted to read and get stitching done. I'm behind on this, but I am determined to get back on track. I might not make my 100 hours in 100 days because I think right now I've only done 10 and we're at 15 days already, so I'm behind, but you always can keep trying. So I will get back on track on that. Next, let's see. So Murder Row was one of the beach ones, and then the other one was Felix. So we're gonna show Felix last. So we'll just wait for that a bit. Next I will show, let's see. We went on a road trip just yesterday. We went back to PI, and we also went up to Cape Breton. It was wonderful. I did film a little bit of crossing at Cape Breton. I might put a tiny little clip in here. Unfortunately, the video got interrupted, but so I'll see what I can manage. But I'll at least show some pictures of Cape Breton here. Here we are. We're heading towards Cape Breton. This is the Canso Causeway coming up. Big, huge, what do you call it, gravel quarry or something like that? Look at that. So there's the quarry, or some of the quarry. And then we're going to be going over this, the Canso Causeway. First time we came across here, it was actually, what are you looking for?
The siren.
Oh.
Trying to figure out which way it's going.
It's coming behind us. Ambulance coming behind us. Should be in your lights soon. He's like at the edge back there. Well, this is exciting. Here comes an ambulance. That's Cape Breton right there, and this is what they call mainland Nova Scotia. This is the Canso Causeway, and you see this bridge up ahead? That's we got stopped here the first time because the boat was going through, so the bridge swings to let it pivots like all the way around so boats can get through here. Pretty cool, pretty amazing, because it looks like we're so close to the water. Look and see if there's any sharks out there. So welcome to Cape Breton. Look at that. Yeah, we're in Cape Breton. Well, not quite yet. Look at that. We're in Cape Breton. Yeehaw.
Cape Breton
Cape
Island.
Breton Island. We're off the mainland. Newfoundland Ferry. That's what we might do someday. Look at that. And we're coming into Port Hawks. Oh, Port Hastings. Port Hastings, not Port Hawkesbury, but Port Hastings. Oh, there's the sirens again. And it was wonderful. The whole trip was quite hot. So where we live here in Freeport, because we're right on the bays, right on the ocean, we get quite an ocean effect that it's actually nice temperatures. Our high so far, my temperature tree has been around 22 or 23. So when we leave the island and go to mainland Nova Scotia, they got called mainland Nova Scotia because of Cape Breton. Cape Breton is an island, but we also we're almost the opposite corner of Cape Breton, so we have to travel almost the whole province. It was quite a bit warmer, so we got up to 28, 29, and we were driving a lot. It was a lot of kilometers put on the truck to get to where we were going, and we were only gone 2 nights because we have pets, so we had to be back for them. And my fingers swelled up in the heat, and so did my toes. I noticed my toes first, and then my fingers swelled up. So now you're going to hear the rumble of the ferry. That's the ferry leaving the dock. Hopefully it's not too loud. While we were traveling, I wanted to do some stitching. Some of our side roads are really windy, and there's lots of potholes and kind of that washboard effect. So that wasn't conducive to stitching, but occasionally we get on some highways, and of course I want to see some of the scenery too. There was some stitching done. So I worked on one project, and I hadn't worked on this. Used to be my rainy day project, and I've sort of stopped that. And this is by Modern Folk Embroidery, the river. And so that's what it'll look like when it's done. I got this in a Black Needle Society box November last year. They included the pattern and some floss that was called The River by Fiberlicious. Let me just get that out because I have a hard time always remembering it. Oh, I don't have it here. I think I did this before. Okay, Forbidden Fiber Co. Forbidden Fiber Co. The floss was called River of Life, and it is a really pretty floss, a nice variegation. I'm not sure if you can see the full colors. Let me just... Really pretty. And the fabric I had bought before, was Fiberlicious, called Golden Amber, and I believe it's 18 count. So one thing with traveling is I find you really have to work with Aida. It's just too hard otherwise, especially when we have bouncy roads. We have a lot of seams in the road, so every once in a while you get boop 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 boop, and lots of bridges, and that's probably what it is. But oh, the wind's gonna fight me now. This is what I got done. So I have now, oops, there goes everything flying off. I should have set up so that the wind was blowing. I mostly set up so the wind's blowing right in my face. Wow, the wind's really picking up. I'm gonna just fold this a bit. So as you can see, I have finished this. So I am about 3/5 done. And I've told people before, I'll just show you. Okay, so that's what I've done. And I changed in here, these were a bunch of numbers across, and instead I put the birth years of myself, my mother, my mother's mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, and my great-great, 6 generations of women. So I'm just going to fold this up a little bit easier to show the dates, the years. So that's the years across. And then what I worked on during the drive was the bottom portion of here, of that vase and the flowers. And I believe I finished it up. I've sort of worked on this like each day as I go, so I'm pretty sure I'm done. And so the whole thing complete. The wind has died down a tiny bit. Is that? I love the variegation, the way it's turning out. So, oh, let me move the needle minder. I'm always doing that. So you can see the vase, because the vase looks amazing. I think it's called the vase, but it looks amazing with the variegation. It really shows well. And I don't fussy cut or anything like that. You know me. So I just kind of go with it. So that sound is the mourning doves. I don't know if you can hear it. The ferry is now gone, so we don't have that anymore. So that's great. So that was what I worked on our last trip. 2 days of stitching on that. Okay, that is hard to put back in. Maybe we'll put that back in later. I'm behind on all my monthly things, with the first week being taken up with trying to work on a specific project with Summer at the Beach, And then we've had a road trip. It's already mid-July and I have not touched Fruits of Plenty or my Twisted Band sampler, and I barely touched Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow. Bound and determined to still work on it and get this one done. I just might not get the other ones done. So I've just done a little bit. This is one with the headless horseman. So that's all I got, is a bit of the tree, the square done, and a bit of the tree. I can't take this traveling because it's on I believe a 36 count, and it's just too hard to see. My eyes are starting to get old. I'm having a harder time seeing things now, which is a shame. We got back on Wednesday. We were gone Tuesday, Wednesday. And so yesterday I decided, Thursday is always sort of my free day. And so I decided to make it Wednesday because I'm trying to finish before the end of the month this square. This is Brilliant Plumage by Teresa Wentzler. And so there is this border that's going as a frame all the way around the whole thing. So this is 1/4, and in here is the start of the peacock. So I still have that to do, and I have a little bit to finish up here. I probably won't get it done before the end of July, but I'll be close. So yesterday I worked on all in here. I think I had to do all that. So, but it actually is, you know, it's hard, but I actually really like the effect that's turning out on the border. It's really quite interesting. So next Wednesday and maybe next Thursday, I'll work on the peacock and maybe try and finish my goal on this. So that's a plan. So other than now Felix to show you. But before I show you Felix, I'm going to show you a gift I've got from my husband. He got me this. It's an embroidery bag. He got it off of Amazon. I don't know how much it cost. I haven't looked, but it is pretty cool. So I just want to show you what's inside of it. Oh, let me show you first. Just 1 second. So it's got this handle, and it can be worn like that, or you can carry it like that, and it's got a little thing to kind of do up the handles for when it's traveling. You want to put that away, and then go like that. Oops. So that's the part of the bag. And then let's bring the chair back and we'll sit it on the chair. So it has an outside pocket here, which would be great for like patterns or something, sort of a skinny pocket. And then there's this pocket here on the front. And right now I got, Felix takes 2 containers. So I have this smaller container, which is like a Dollarama small container that holds the second round of threads. So that fits in here. It has some pockets right there, and then there's a bunch of pockets there that's got like a thing you could tuck stuff in, and then these are little pockets where I got some needles, some scissors, I had my threaders, I got extra skeins, extra skein of black in this one here. We have also here, let me see if I can show you. I had balance. A zipper for some more stuff, so precious stuff can go in there. And then we have in here a big huge pocket that could hold the hoops or the hoop, and then we have some more little mesh type pockets, and then I have a full-on box sitting in here, and this is actually designed for this. So it's kind of squared off, and it even has a Velcro that can go over it, and it fits in Q-snap. So my Q-snap, I'm not sure the size of my Q-snap. I think it's 11 by 11, but I'm not positive. Fits in there. So lots of storage. So I took this with me traveling because I wanted to see how well it worked for traveling, and it worked great. But then I couldn't stitch on it just because the lighting was never, I thought it would be better, but it wasn't really good enough to stitch Felix. So let's move that out of the way. And this is how I've gotten on with Felix. So I have done some more black across here. The corner is going to be over here. I've been working hard on the C. I think the last time you saw I probably did a lot of the S. So just kind of still working my way across the corner here, and then I'm going to be going down. This is all going to be black in there, and then we got you can see kind of the outline of the H coming up, and then it's going to be an E. And sometimes when I want to get some major stitches into as to working, this is all about black across here, so I still have to stitch that. It's hard to tell that it's not stitched, but there is Felix. So going to be getting this corner done, and then I might go back over to this side too. So when I take it out of the Q-snap, maybe I'll take a photo and include that. That's probably easier than popping it up. So that is all I'm going to show today. Another thing we did was we actually went to an auction. And the interesting thing about the auction was we've been really busy because the auction takes a full day. And they always show pictures the week before. And when you know it, I saw a cabinet that said Anchor Embroidery Floss up in the corner. And I went, oh! And I was so excited. And so I was going to that auction. And when we got there early so we could peruse. Plus, if there's an Anchor Embroidery Floss container, maybe there's other things there. So they'll have boxes of things, and you can't always see what they are unless you get there and look inside the boxes. And so I was like so excited. And I get there, and my husband said, it's sturdy. I think it's got tools. And I'm like, no, it's got floss in it. 'Cause you could kind of see something yellow behind. And I'm like, no, it's got floss. It's full of floss. And all the night before, I set in my mind the price I wanted to go up to. And I was and they had a bunch of storage cabinets, plastic storage drawers. And I was just like so excited. I was picturing all this floss, maybe some yarns too. And I get there, and I'm going to include a picture here.
What's going on? He was buying 5 full bags of feed.
Yeah, it was tools. It was screws, nails. I think the yellow thing was that little connectors for wires, electrical wires. It was all tools. It was dirty. It really wasn't worth much. It's going to be worth a lot more if it had floss in it. So I was still going to bid on it. I took note. I walked around, and the plastic storage shelves were handy, and there was a CD rack. And so we had picked up at a garage sale, I think I told you about this before, these shower hooks. And there are shower hooks that hook, and then the hook comes out at the side. It's for double curtains, shower curtains. And it'll hold 10 skeins. And I was hanging it up on just a hook on our wall that was for a corner curtain. And the CD rack, I realized that's going to work great. So I'm going to show you a picture of my floss storage that I've started with my extra skeins here. So this is my cabinet storage I was telling you about. This is a CD rack. And you can see that these are shower curtains. I got 12 of these for $1 at a garage sale. So now I'm on the hunt to find more of these. And they just hook over. This is, like I said, a CD rack, which we got for $5. Probably could have gotten it even cheaper because nobody bid against me on it. So, and I think it's got 3 shelves. And so I got things that are for kitting up back here. And I think I might put, I got some fancy floss down here, but I might put it in different spot. But I got to organize it still, but that works great. I was hanging them up before over here, which worked really well too. But this is better. Hey, there's my little owl. Okay. And the other thing I want to show you is, isn't that beautiful picture? Ah, that's my husband's picture. That's a pretty fantastic picture. Is these plastic storage shelves I got. So all of these I got for about $5, and they can hold a bunch of projects in them. So I'll be putting my projects back. I haven't figured it out yet, everything I can put, but I got 3 of these. They're different sizes. This is the largest one, but the other ones are great too for holding stuff. So way to get myself organized. And there's Haney Cat. And that has been a real great addition. I'm happy with that. That's working for me now. I still have to organize it so that I have it in certain orders, but that was a win. So I got that for $5. The Anchor embroidery floss rack went for way too much. I had a price limit in my head and it went for beyond that. All men were bidding on it. So nope. I did get 3 plastic storage shelves. Some of them had things in it. One was full of batteries and the batteries work. One had like pencils and pens and things. Had some pretty neat stuff. It's even a Sharpie, which is great. And the ferry's coming back, so we're going to have some ferry traffic. I'll try to wrap this up before that, or pause it. And the last one was mostly empty, so it's actually good variety of shelves where I can put my projects in. So that's sort of my project storage, so I'm really happy with that. I might just show you a little video of those too. May or may not. So that's about it. Coming up, future plans. Next weekend, a weekend from today, is my 24 hours across stitch, but I'm going to do 58 hours. What I'm planning on doing is I'm starting on Friday at around 10 a.m., maybe 9 a.m. It'll be when I feel like starting. Always be starting on the hour, and I'm stitching 111 stitches each hour. As soon as I'm done 111 stitches, I get a break. Eat, have my coffee, have a nap if I need to, go for a little walk outside, do some gardening. Hour comes up again, I start again and do 111 stitches. I'm planning on working on 5 projects, and maybe that'll get me 55 hours, and then maybe the last 3 hours will be Felix. If I do black, I can get 111 done in the hour, so that would be good. Keep him on track. And so if it all goes to plan, I'll be finishing up around, if I start at 10 a.m. on Friday, I'll be finishing up at 8 p.m. on Sunday. And so the idea is that when I finish, it's not very far off from me just going to bed and having a good night's sleep. I have stayed up before for 24 hours and almost to 48 hours. This will be my first time doing the 58 hours, the 2 nights of no sleep. So I've done 2 full days and 1 night of no sleep. But this will be a bit of a challenge, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. I do allow naps, so hopefully I can have the naps and not go too bug-eye. So I'm going to pause. It was a good thing I paused because one thing was a dump truck that went by. It was extremely noisy. And the ferry's taking off again. That was an extra sailing. They go back and forth all the time through the summertime. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. That's next weekend. And I probably will film, maybe not, well, I'm going to film in 2 weeks' time. So probably not next Friday, the Friday after. And I will be showing mostly what I got done with the 24/58 hours of cross stitching. So hopefully I'll be able to do what I set out to do. And if I do, I think it's well over 6,000 stitches I'll get done in 3 days, and that'll be amazing. So planning on working on 5 projects. Like I said, I think so far it'll be Dark Queen at Sea, Pandemic, and each one I'll do 11 hours. Birthday cake. My key is they have to actually be pattern keeper compatible for me counting the stitches. I can't remember the other ones. Possibly Murder Row and possibly hound and hare. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't finalized that yet. Just those first three are for sure, definitely. So, with that, I think I will say goodbye. The fog has completely lifted, so I didn't get to film the fog, but maybe next time, if we get some fog later on today, maybe I'll do a little filming of it, or just have to wait and see. So that's all. Take care, everybody, and stay safe, and have a happy stitching. Have a great couple of weeks. Bye.